already a complete disaster. 100% for sure gonna die!
A comedy movie, Don't Look Up, spoilers ahead, is set in 2021, so stay alert and be careful. A young astronomer named Kate Dusky, who is undergoing PhD studies in astronomy, working with a Subaru telescope in Michigan, observed a comet that was passing close to the Earth. Dr. Randall Mindy, her professor, appreciated her work and got her name to the comet. The calculations conducted show that it will crash into Earth within 6 months. The process wipes out all life on the planet. Related to the point of panic, they reached NASA to share the news. The head of the Planetary Defense Coordination Office, Dr. Teddy Oglethorpe, sends them to Washington, D.C. for a secret meeting with the president. They arrive early at the White House but are forced to wait all day as the president deals with a crisis involving one of her candidates. Kate and Randall spend the night in a motel. They attempt to console themselves by calling their families and friends but are unable to explain what is happening. Kate is conversing with her lover Philip, a journalist for a major newspaper, while Randall stays in touch with his wife June and sons. The following day, Kate, Randall, and Teddy have a meeting with President Janie Orion and her son Jason Orion, who perform duties as chief of staff. They deny warnings, citing monthly warnings of global crisis based on factors like economic collapse and rogue nuclear weapons. She hopes to remain calm till the midterm elections are over. Since the Obama management is doing nothing, Teddy suggests they risk problems by telling the press what happened. Talking about secret material is illegal, but it's better than dying from a statement. Sir Peter Isherwell, an billionaire CEO, is also learning about the upcoming comet. Philip's astronomer friends helps him to secure an interview for Kate and Randall with the New York Herald. When they prove their findings with other experts and taught that the White House oppose ever meeting them, they decide to go public with their story. Brie Ivanti and Jack Bremer have requested that they can be seen on their morning chat program, The Daily Rip. While explaining how horrifying the scene is, Kate loses her mind on live and then walk away because the hosts don't take them seriously. Randall agrees to have drinks with her again after the interview is over. The New York Herald marketing department gives the results to them after the presentation. The artist who performed for them while talking about her recent split was more popular on social media. Kate and Randall words were ignored by everyone. Kate has become a meme for her anger, and Randall viewed as exceptionally handsome for a scientist. The newspaper agrees to pull their funding because NASA has indicated that the data is not sufficient. However, they soon discover that the administration of NASA is a political contributor to the president and thus obligated to carry out her wishes. Philip uses Kate's fame to publish an essay about his relationship with her, which she interprets as a breakup. Randall unable to avoid social media, where he captures in heated discussions with skeptics of science and believers in conspiracies. After being involved in a scandal involving racy pictures of the president's private life, she called the FBI back to her office to apologize to Brie, Kate, Randall, and Teddy. Kate quickly recognizes that their motivation is entirely political, preventing them from failing in the midterms. She agrees to help them in stopping the comet. The president went on national television to reveal that they have a plan to destroy the comet and that it is real. Their plan is to launch a spacecraft armed with nuclear weapon to destroy the comet. Janie selects General Benedict Draut to navigate the spaceship because she thinks having a hero as the image of their plan will help people survive with the news, despite Randall's opinion that it should be a remotely controlled mission. Janie and Randall begin to appear on numerous TV shows and magazine covers as the event becomes widely publicized online. After another appearance on the Daily Tier, Randall and Brie get close while Teddy and Kate argue with comedic critics on a traditional program. On the day of the launch, it airs on television across the world. The spacecraft launches without incident, but the broadcast is interrupted when General D begins to sprout hateful remarks about race directly into the camera. Everyone will be happy when the comet finally vanishes. However, they find out that the spaceship is in fact returning when Isherwell eventually shows up and speaks with the president in private. After a few hours, Janie made the decision to cancel the expedition while everyone was still attempting to understand what had happened. Leaving Teddy and Kate behind, Randall called an urgent meeting as the president's new chief science advisor. The comet is composed of rare earth minerals, which are used to make technological items like phones. It turns out that one of the president's donors, discovered this. These minerals have been severely in short supply because China controls the majority of the mines. Drones are supposed to be used to smash the comet into smaller pieces so that it can eventually fall into the ocean and be mined. Randall disagrees, particularly in view of the fact that the technology in question has not undergone thorough scholarly examination despite being put to good use. He has no control over this, and all scientists who have spoken out against it have been silenced. Now, following the meeting, he meets up with Teddy and Kate in a pub to talk more in depth about issue. Kate declares to the world at large that the president will allow the comet to spread around the globe in order for the wealthy to continue getting richer after learning that the people have a right to know the truth. There were disturbances throughout the entire city as a result. Kate is taken into custody by the FBI and charged with disclosing secret information and causing damage to private property. In exchange for her release, Kate makes a commitment to live a more secluded lifestyle and to never discuss the incident in public or with the media. Kate returned to her old life will be challenging due to her parents' support for the government and do not want any traitors in their house. Despite this, she lands a job as a cashier at a store where she catches Yu and his friends stealing. Although she lets them go without consequences, they are so impressed by her that they ask her out. Kate agrees to join them, forming a relationship with Yu as she is convinced that the end of the world is near. Meanwhile, Randall continues to work for the president and engages in an affair with Bree, believing it is the only way he can make a difference in the world. Randall's actions backfire when, during one of their evenings at the hotel, he and his companion are unexpectedly confronted by June, who had been patiently waiting for her husband. Instead of offering an apology, Randall attempts to justify his behavior. In response, June tosses his empty prescription bottles at him before leaving. This incident pushes Randall over the edge, especially after his heated argument with Isherwell regarding his defective research and the prediction that algorithms predict him dying alone. Filled with anger, he lost his anger on national television, criticizing the public for not taking the imminent arrival of the comet more seriously. He also exposes the president's lies and accuses the entire administration of descending into madness, while claiming that Isherwell is silencing any experts who disagree with him. Following this, I encounter Randall and extend the same offer. The pain delivered on Kate by his actions leads her to end their relationship. As Randall begins on his journey back to Michigan and Kate spends time with you, they may look up and notice the same thing. The comet has gotten closer and become visible to the naked eye. When they share a video of them using it online, thousands of others around the world join the search movement and start posting about it. Randall begins to appear on television again, criticizing the terrible policies of the government and winning the favor of two famous musicians who compose a Just Look Up song in his honor. Thus, Janie starts her own counter-movement called Don't Look Up and gains the support of millions of conservative voters and conspiracy theorists who agree with her claim that Randall wants them to be scared and lose their freedom. Protests and riots arise around the world as Russia, India, and China coordinate the launch of their spacecraft to stop the comet. However, as the comet approaches, the launch fails and the spacecraft explodes, revealing the truth to the skeptics. To spend their last day together, Randall takes Kate into the grocery store and then drives them back to their hometown. In light of these difficult circumstances, June decides to take him back after he admits to cheating on her during college. Teddy will soon follow. The group ate dinner together before the start, during which stories were told and final prayers were said. Janie asks Isherwell how the predictive algorithms expect his death to begin. A Bronte rock, or whatever it is, crushes him to death. Several drones disappear as the spaceship takes off, but Isherwell predicts this eventuality. The situation is normal, but he is terribly mistaken, and the rest of the drones explode on impact with the comet, resigned to their inevitable deaths. Isherwell and Janie now leave the building to join other rich people on a hidden spaceship that uses cryogen to keep passengers alive until they can escape Earth before it is destroyed. Janie offers Randall and his wife a place to stay while he completely forgets about his children, but he declines because he wants to be with them until the end. Global panic as people cling to each other before the cometary destruction. Jason is the only one to make it out of the wreckage alive, and he wastes no time celebrating his good fortune by taking a picture of himself. In 2070, after 140 years of travel, the rich move to a planet with an atmosphere similar to Earth. After waking up from cryogenic sleep, the men and women go on an exploratory mission. Janie is attacked by a wonderful new species that she tries to get close to. Effectively, mathematical models reliably predict the death of Bronte Rock. Subscribe to the channel and like the video, it greatly benefits the channel. I appreciate your attention.